So it's day 2 out here in Vernal, Utah for the WEROCK rock crawling competition. So yesterday was our first time ever trying this sort of stuff, and we made some very, I guess you'd say, novice mistakes. However, our third and fourth, so you run 4 courses. Course 1 and 2 was a little rough. We almost timed out on our first course. Second course, we hit some unnecessary cones, and you get dock points when you hit cones. And then course 3 and 4, we started to come into a rhythm and find our rhythm. So our plan today is to build on top of that. We're going to try and take on some more bonus gates, and how the bonus gates work is they're a little bit more challenging than the other gates. However, when we're in the Sportsman A class and you use rear steer, you get docked 10 points. You can use rear steer, but you get docked 10 points, just like as if you hit a cone. So what we have to do is hit more bonus gates to try and make up for taking that hit. So yesterday was just getting our feet wet, getting used to it. We were able to finish all the courses. Today we're going to run those same courses backwards. We're going to run those courses backwards, and then we're going to try and challenge ourselves a little bit more. I think we started to find our rhythm at the end of yesterday, so I'm feeling good about today, and we're just going to go out there and we're just going to have fun.
At this point on the course, we were making our way to the second set of cones. This set of cones had a bonus line off to the right. The day before, when we tried dropping down this one, we ended up hitting 2 of the cones. As the rear passenger tire starts to get near that cone, we're able to stop Emily just in time to turn that rear just enough to skirt by and make it through another set of cones. So far, we have a really good run going, and we want to continue this. We're doing so much better than we were at the beginning of yesterday. As we go through this third set, once again, Emily does a really good job at keeping it slow, and I'm trying to stay ahead of her so that she can see my hand signals and not just try to listen to me through the communications. All she has to do is drop down through this set of cones clean, and we're off to a great start for our second day here at WEROCK in Vernal, Utah.
Good. How'd you do?
Great. I only got 1 penalty.
What was the penalty for?
Rear steer.
Did you get any bonuses?
1.
1 bonus? Hit any cones?
Nope.
Any reverses?
No.
No? Did you feel good about that run?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're super excited?
Yeah.
And how did you improve from yesterday?
I think I was thinking ahead.
Thinking ahead?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you did awesome, huh?
Uh-huh.
Here's Jeremy and Kendra Winters. They're competing in the Sportsman B class. So in their class, you can't use rear steer. They lock out the rear steer on theirs. So you have to do a lot of front digs and such to get around these cones. But they do awesome. They've got a really good track record out here on the WEROCK circuit. This is day 1 on course 2. You can see at this spot, everybody has to drop down this bonus gate and drop straight down it and keep it straight. We ended up going around this bonus gate, and I wish we would have just tried this one, because I think this particular spot would have been a little bit better to go straight down instead of the off-camber line that we tried. Here's George Lehner dropping down that same line. Now everybody here has been super helpful to us and been giving us a lot of tips. George let us borrow one of his timers to use out on the course. So here's day 2 on the same course. You can see that drop that everybody had to go down. Now we have to go up, and we were watching other competitors on how they were approaching this one, and a lot of people were lining up and using a little skinny pedal to get up through there. Once it was our turn to line up on this obstacle and climb it, we just had Emily line up as straight as we could, As she stayed in the gas a little bit, I noticed that the tires weren't slipping and it was starting to climb. That was awesome that we didn't have to end up bumping into this one and the car just wanted to climb it. Those 42-inch BFG Reds were doing their job and just ended up pulling us through this gate without having to spin a tire. That was awesome. This was another great way to start this course. We end up getting through a bonus gate, and now what we have to do is drop off the backside of this rock. So we have to prepare to stay as straight as we can, as there's a tree on the driver's side and a bit of a drop on the passenger side. So we want to just drop off this as straight as we can. As Emily starts to drop off the backside of this rock, she does a great job at staying smooth on the brakes and smooth with the accelerator.
As close to this as you can, just come up.
The day before on this course, we're running it opposite of what we're running today. And we didn't try either of these two bonus gates. So this particular spot, we wanted to try this bonus gate again, because I actually think the bonus gate was a little better than just taking the regular gate, because the regular gate made you go so off camber that it didn't really seem feasible. This particular rock had a really sharp breakover point, but going over it this opposite way I felt better about it because the tires had something to climb up on the backside and you could drop the front end off of it. She does a great job here at staying really smooth on the throttle and making sure we're not going too fast and we're not going to drop off this too quick, because the other side is basically vertical. As I walk around to the passenger side to see what's going on, that driver's side rear tire is getting closer and closer to that cone, and I didn't notice that. So I should have lined her up a little bit better on that side. As the front end starts to drop off, it ends up pulling the rear driver tire right into that cone, and we just barely brushed by it. Even though we ended up touching the cone, as somebody had pointed out to us the night before, we should try these bonus gates, because if you end up touching a cone, it basically becomes a wash on the bonus gates. So it's definitely worth trying them. Now on day one, this was the worst course that we had. We ended up pointing out on this course. But today we're off to a great start, starting with 2 bonus gates, and now all we had to do was get through these 2 remaining gates to start this day off really strong.
How much? And front passenger. Okay, rear passenger. Rear. Watch this one. Okay, right there. Let me look at the other side. Watch that. Now back passenger a little. Just a little passenger. Watch that going. Like that. Yeah. A little bit from that.
All she has to do is drop through these last couple cones without touching them and make it to the end. And we will have been off to a very strong start. I sure wish we could have drove like this yesterday, because our overall score sure would have ended up a whole lot better. Another thing that I did to help her out was I would run farther ahead in between the sets of cones to help her plan where she needed to be a little bit more. In this particular spot, I had to swing her wide so that we could get through the start finish on this without touching those cones.
Hey, how'd you do, Ann?
Good.
How many bonus lines?
2.
Was it scary going up that big ledge?
No.
What about when you turtled up at the top?
No.
You didn't turtle? You just crawled it?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like the bonuses?
Yeah.
Yeah?
In between the different courses, we also had a great time watching all the other competitors in the different classes. It's so cool to see all these different people pushing their rigs to their limits and improving their overall skills. That's one of the best parts about this, as you never know just how far you can push something till you really try it. For the sportsman classes, there weren't enough volunteer judges to help cover all the courses. So what happens then are the competitors take turns judging for each other. This is the only way that basically had enough people to cover all the different courses. If anyone out there is interested in learning more about WEROCK or even volunteering to be a judge, go to their website and check their schedule, see if an event's coming near you, or if you're willing to travel, try and attend one of the other events. It's really quick and easy to sign up to be a judge, and it's a great way to get to see the action firsthand. It was really impressive to watch this competitor work his way through the course in his Willys Jeep. Super cool. I mean, here he is on DOT type tires, smaller tires, working through these really steep technical sections. It's really cool to watch everybody push their limits.
Try and climb that driver if you can towards the cone. Yup, climb it towards the cone will level you out. Yup, you're in there. Crash it! You're out. Good job.
Right, so far our day has been going really good. We've been hitting more bonuses. We've only hit one cone that was a bonus. I haven't hit any other. We've completed 2 courses today, so we're halfway through the day, getting ready for our 3rd one. Just hope we can keep this momentum up. Hi, Ems.
Yeah.
Ems is cooling down with a little ice cream here, waiting in between courses. So it is hot out. It is really hot out, so gotta find shade or anything anywhere you can.
Here's Coulter Brassanini driving, while his brother Sawyer Brassanini is spotting. These two had an awesome day yesterday. As they work their way through the bonus gates and through the other gates on the course here, they're looking to build on the lead that they had yesterday. After day 1, they were tied for first place with another one of the competitors. Now we'll take a look at some of the other action that's going on over on the pro courses. So here's Caleb Redden working his way through some of the pro obstacles. Caleb is competing in the unlimited class. So I believe he's one of the only 2-seat buggies that's competing in that class. All the other buggies are pretty much single-seat Jesse Haynes type chassis that are built specifically for competition type wheeling. As he works his way through this bonus gate here, you can see how big and technical these lines are, and they have massive undercuts, which makes it that much more tricky. Here's a good example of using rear only and a little bit of front brake to help spin yourself around in a tighter section. That's something that me and Emily need to work on, is to try and be able to spin in place in some of these tighter spots and save you a ton of time. Caleb clears another set of cones to move on to the next obstacle. This particular spot has a steep climb with a steep drop on the other side. You can see here, Caleb ends up getting out and running out there to help his spotter stack a couple rocks to try and make it through this bonus gate. It takes a full team effort to try and get these rocks in place while you've got your time ticking down.
The trick is you're supposed to dig the rocks underneath it first before you want it. Then you pull the rock.
He gets back in and starts to try and work his way through this bonus gate using those big boulders that they threw in place to help eat up some of that massive undercut that's blocking this line. You can see here just how tricky this spot is. This is a tough spot to try and get that front axle up on there. As he gets the front axle up over that ledge, now he's got to work to try and get that rear axle to climb in the same spot.
Go back forward again? That's another bag. They only called one. Yeah.
He has to be careful here because time is starting to run dangerously low, so he doesn't have many more shots at this.
Time to party, Caleb! 25.
Down to 45 seconds remaining. Caleb's going to go to the throttle on here. He's going to rear wheel drive. We'll see if he's got those rocks stuck underneath the pack.
He gives it One more last skinny pedal send. However, it's not enough to get that back end up over that ledge.
Good? Were you cheering for her?
No.
What? Are you going to cheer for her on the next one?
No.
No?
It's boring.
It's boring? No way. Did Sissy do good though?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you going to do it someday?
Yeah, but I didn't see the back side.
Oh, okay. Did she do good on the front side?
Yeah.
Someday, Maddie will get to drive too, but for now, she's just got to sit on the side and watch her sister do her best. Working our way through course 3, Emily cleared the first set of cones perfectly. Now she's dropping through a bonus gate, and on this particular spot, we're in a good position so far on this course. Another thing we have to be thinking about is lining up to the next set of cones. Since it would require basically doing a large S-turn, I determined I'd rather just take the point and have Emily back into place. The day before, this particular spot was one of the bigger drops that we had to do, and I knew I was going to have to line her up just right to get it to climb over this. So what we do is try to keep everything to the driver's side, because on the passenger side there's some really big undercuts, so we have to line it up just right to make sure we don't get stuck under one of those undercuts.
Rear passenger. There, right there. Okay, I'm just going. A little bit past front passenger. A little bit, not more past front passenger. Front passenger. Hey, not that much. Not bad driver.
Right here, somehow I goof up and don't notice that the front driver's tire is sliding into the cone, and we just barely brush it, hitting our first cone on this course. We ended up just barely brushing the base of one of the cones. However, overall, we're still doing really good on this course. I knew this spot was going to be pretty tricky, because up where I'm standing is where the bonus cone was. So if you wanted to do the bonus line, you had to go way up there, then turn down the hill. We wanted to just do the regular cone, and we knew that was going to lean us really uncomfortably down this hill. Emily does a good job at staying calm here. However, this one's really tricky to make it around that cone.
Off there, it's going to be good. Stay rear driver, hard as you can. Rear driver. Yeah, like that. Slowly.
We end up sliding the back down into that cone. However, at this point we were still doing really well. We had only hit 3 cones all day. We end up backing Emily through the finish line instead of trying to make that really sharp corner, and then end up taking the point penalty. However, that was our worst course all day, but it was still overall better than what we had done the day before. Now we were getting ready for the next course, which we wanted to finish our day off strong. For this course, we were going to have to take a hard right-hand corner that leads into an off-camber bonus line. So Emily starts to go wide around this first corner. We get the front axle through in a really good place. Now all we gotta do is drag that back axle through there and not touch any of these cones. She does a very good job at keeping steady, smooth throttle position so that things don't get weird in this spot. This next set of cones wasn't too bad either. It didn't have a hard undercut or anything on it. So we just had to take our time and line up slow and make sure we weren't going to make a costly mistake.
A little bit more front driver. A little bit more, yeah. All right, let's watch the rear. You're over the, you gotta watch that rear. Don't watch the rear, passenger, yeah. Keep watching it. Keep watch that side. All right, yeah, front driver.
We get lined up for this next one, and this next one's going to prove to be one of the hardest ones that we had on this entire course. And the reason for that is with our water in the front tires and being on this sand, it was hard to get that front tire to climb up and over this undercut ledge. Because with that, I believe with the extra added weight of the tires in those sand just makes you dig a little bit more, because the back tires have nothing to push off of but loose sand.
Back up, straighten the front. Front. Yeah. Back up, yeah. Back up. Let's try to get the point to stay on right here. A little bit more passenger, don't get, yeah, right there. All right, yeah, passenger. Yeah, now driver. As you come up, right there.
We finally get that front tire to climb up and over that ledge. Now all we got to do is pull the rear axle up and over the ledge. However, the front is on harder ground, so we have more to help pull us over this spot.
Yeah, like that. Now slowly come up. There you go. You want to do the big bonus?
At this point, we talk about if we want to try the big bonus drop that's just right there. We still have plenty of time to get through there. However, we're not entirely certain because we were the first ones to go on this course. We didn't get to watch anybody else try this one, so we just opt to go on the regular set of cones and finish out strong.
Now a little bit more driver. I want the rear to keep staying that way. The front, now more driver front. Now that you're passing coming. Okay. Now rear driver. Yeah, rear driver as you drop. All right.
She ends up dropping through there without the back end sliding to any cones. We end up finishing this day strong. All she's got to do is take it on home. This was an awesome time. We had a great time out at WEROCK. Overall, we were able to finish up 4th place in the Sportsman A class, which is awesome. We learned a lot, and if we could have drove the first day like we drove the second day, I feel it would have been enough to end up in a lot better position. But I tell you what, we learned a lot and had a great time.
Hey, good job, Em.
Thanks.
Did you get any cones that time?
No.
No? Any bonuses?
One.
One bonus? Any reverses?
Two.
2 reverses? You feeling good about it?
Yeah.
Yeah? You have a good day today?
Yeah.
Do you have any sponsors you want to thank?